Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today we are doing a product review of the Denon reference headphones, the D7200s. Now, I have been absolutely waiting to do the review on these. Last year I did a Facebook review on AB Sound Advice Facebook page, but back in those days I was doing things in photos. So I didn't get an opportunity to do a video on these, and I'm really glad to see them back in stock again. As you can imagine, it's very difficult to get products these days, so I'm very thankful for ABTech Audio Lounge have loaned me the D7200s, and I've had them for a week again, having another listen just to remind myself why I was looking forward to having them back again, and it didn't take long to work that out. Now, as you've seen in the headphone side, I have been playing with headphones from about 1982 onwards, so it's been a little while, and I absolutely love headphones. I mean, at some point I'd like to do some COS. If anybody's got some COS headphones floating around, the old ones with the foam on the side, love to get a pair of those for demo. So if anybody's got a set of those hanging around they'd like to send in to me to have a play with, I'd love to see a set. I mean, that's going back a long time, but as I said, these guys, Denon, been making headphones for over 50 years, and another brand that I absolutely love. And no doubt, as you can imagine, the 7200 is an absolutely fantastic headphone. Now, I've also, as you know, through the AB Sound Advice channel, you would have seen that I've played with headphones from around the $149 mark through to $10,000. And these headphones in our part of the world are about $16.99. Or between $16.99 and $17.99, depending on what part of the world you're in. But New Zealand, Australian market, they're around that figure. And I absolutely have enjoyed them. I mean, it didn't take long, as I mentioned before, for me to remember why I liked them. And I'll go into that in a moment. I'll just quickly cover off some of the details that you might like to have a bit of information of. They're obviously a high-res audio headphone. You can see their high-quality cables. These guys had the cables made in Japan, so to their high specifications. So you're getting the Japanese do a fantastic job with, as you know, with the technology side of things, whether it be cables, connections, any of that sort of stuff. They're going to do a top-notch job. Now, a little bit of spec on the product, just for the ones who'd like to know. They are 385 grams. They've got a 50mm driver. They are a dynamic nano fibre paper diaphragm plus free edge, 25 ohm, 105 dB/MW, and maximum input is 1.800 MW. And we have a frequency response of 5 through to 55,000 Hz. 3-meter cable with a 6.3 and two 3.5s that connect in each side of the ear cups. Now, I would make this little comment. It was a little bit surprising. They didn't actually provide an adapter to 3.5, but in reality, I did use these headphones on my Marantz DAC1, the Topping A90, and obviously the Shits LYR, and I also used the Fuba HD. And of course I used an adapter and put it on the iPhone 11. So through all the devices that I've run this through, absolutely love them. Now, I will, obviously, the thing that I will cover off too, they're a very neutral headphone, very detailed, voices are fantastic. Now, you know I've just said neutral. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of neutral. Neutral with maybe a +1 to +2 in the bass department. So they have elevated the bass just a smidgen, but to be honest with you, I actually don't mind, and you can actually tweak that back. I think I always prefer to tweak back than tweak up, and I generally run all my headphones in a flat arrangement, so it makes it fair. I don't generally mess or adjust any of the frequencies in a testing or a review format, but generally, as a rule, even when I'm playing music, I'm generally running all my devices, regardless of what they are, in a flat mode. So I would have to say the D7200s are a fantastic headphone. I really, again, don't want to hand these back. Isn't it really funny? I mean, at the $17.99 mark, as you know, I've played right up to 10,000, and I've been playing with a lot of high-end stuff recently. And when I got these back again, and I was listening to these 7200s, I really have to say they are an absolutely outstanding headphone. I mean, they really are. Now, comfort-wise, super comfortable. Obviously, a little bit on the top of your head. It can be a little heavy at times, but I mean, that's nothing. I mean, I enjoy them so much that sort of thing, you can get them, once you mess with them a bit, you can get them in a comfortable situation. And as I said, I had no issues whatsoever. I also took the time, and I'll show you at the end of the review, I also ran them in a balance mode. I actually ordered in some cables for when I knew these would come back into stock. So I got some Zynex, well, Sonics actually, custom cables made for balanced scenario for this headphone, so I could listen to that. And again, in that position, just even more detailed. I even love them more. So if you're buying them to run them with the cable that comes with them, you're going to love them. If you want to add a balanced cable, don't forget to check out the Zynex custom cables. They really do make some fantastic cables. So all in that in hand. As you know, I don't rate things 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, but what I can say, this is an absolutely exceptional headphone. For the money, they really are fantastic. And I think you're getting a lot of headphone. I really don't feel, it really opened my eyes a lot too, because at this price point, it's quite a big jump to some of the higher prices. You jump into $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 marks. You know, this product really has you thinking, you know, where do you go from there? I mean, it really is a fantastic headphone. I can't wait to hear the D9200s, and I hope to see some of those this year or later this year. So when we get those, I'll come back and do a review and an unboxing of those as well. But honestly, if you're looking for a nice over-ear headphone, you're not going to go past these. And I also will cover off, they've got beautiful leather. So nice finish. I absolutely love the stitching in here. They really have. I mean, you can certainly tell that they've got 50 years experience in the headphone market. And they're light, they're comfortable, and as you can see here, they plug out. And you've got red and obviously black or white. I think they'll be white for the left. Super comfortable. Really enjoyed them. And as I said, the only sad part of this, I am going to have to unfortunately give them back, which is not what I want to do. And I'll also, just while I've got it here, this is the balance cable that I ran. So you can see here, terminated to 2 high-end 3.5s. And you can see there the balanced, and it's in a nice blue, which and this cable is what I used for the balance scenario for this headphone. So something to consider. Alright guys, well I hope you've enjoyed today's product review of the Denon reference headphone D7200. There's not a lot to say. I mean, really, I think you can tell straight off the bat, I was expecting them to be great. I was expecting them to be everything I wanted them to be, and they were. And as I said, I'd already done a previous review on Facebook last year in a photographic way, and this year we're back here doing a video on it. And as I said, very detailed, very musical. I ran my headphone demo masters through it, so we did a Talk, Katie Lang, Phil Collins, The Weeknd, Billie Eilish. There's a whole stack of groups that I ran through. I got a real good mix of product on it, and it didn't let me down in any format. So if you're looking to spoil yourself, and you can even find a pair of these Denon D7200s, I would be grabbing them. They're absolutely fantastic. Alright guys, well hope you enjoyed today's product review, and I will see you next time on AB Sound Advice.